edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. For Dyson Daniels.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. They've got Karis LeVert, George Niang out there with Risache. Then there's Okongwu, and it's Young in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, Gideon White there to make the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis, and it's Shake and Bake in at the small forward. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything could happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
And the Bulls start out with the ball. And we talked about it for a few games now, but MP has been on a mission as of late to ensure he's taken home that Rookie of the Year trophy.
Yeah, it's very early in MP's career, but so far, so good. I know it's a major goal for him to win Rookie of the Year. If he continues to play at this level, MP has a good chance to take home that award.
And the shot's good.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Niang outside. Outside Young. And Risache, the bucket on the assist by Young.
Yeah, great look for Risache. Close in, gets it done.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that.
The shot by LeVert, no good. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Another 3 for Chicago. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5.
Point game. Shot to stop the run. Chicago with a rebound. This is a team that simply refuses to lose. They've won 29 games in a row and want to keep this incredible streak going.
And we're looking at a team that has proven they can win against anyone in this league, even given a variety of factors. It's maybe going out on a stretch to say they've reached an all-time great status. But hey, there's an argument for it.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Use this to get my strength. No. Let's try strike numbers.
Robinson, he's checked in for Atlanta. And as we start up the new year, here's a glimpse at the new power rankings. You look at the Spurs, knocked out of that top 3, moving down to the 4th spot.
Well, right now for the Bulls, They continue to look incredibly dangerous. The cohesion and teamwork they show on a nightly basis has a lot to do with that.
Now here's Young. He's currently averaging 26 points a game, a consistent threat. Niang a screen. 5 on the clock. To halt the run. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Shake and Bake. 12 points for him. And it's Niang with the rebound. Outside Robinson. And the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Over the last few years, Atlanta struggled defensively, Grant.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been better than 20th in defensive rating since 2017. They've had some great offensive teams during that time, but their defense has held them back.
Now here's Young. Three-pointer. Buzelis grabs the board. Here's Shake and Bake. He's checked by LeVert. Shake and Bake. Rebound Atlanta. Looking to carry it into this one.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
LeVert goes against White. Pass to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. And that one's good. Shake and Bake.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Hawks trail by 8. Now here's LeVert. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game. Niang outside. Lets the three fly. That shot is off.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Shake and Bake. Drops in the layup for 2. Shake and Bake's got 19 points.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Young against White. Young misses.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From the line, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Shot from the top of the key. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
So far, they're owning both.
Got a dunk. I rarely get dunks, but
Ends of the floor.
think
Let's
this
see if they can
kid-
keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be right back.
our characters on the hair jersey.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
You could really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. Duncan Robinson is out there with Dyson Daniels. Then it's Rizachet. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's Gay in at the 4-man spot. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Shake and Bake in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He scored 45 points, and he made a significant contribution from beyond the arc, as usual. A legendary performance that will be talked about for years to come.
That's
Unless
a dunk.
he's able to do it again tonight. Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game. Shoot two.
What's up with one?
First one falls for him. And the Bulls making a change here. Herter's checked in. Matthews, he's checked in for Atlanta. Chicago ends up going with a new group.
Get him, MP. Your time.
And 1:01 left in the half. That one drops for him. Shake and Bake's got 30.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Now here's LeVert. Yet to see a basket. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Here's Shake and Bake. And there's another one for the Bulls.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Now here's LeVert. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game.
Nice pass by Risache. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
Hawks trail by 19. And Young, here we go. And it's rejected.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off. He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
That one no good. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Bulls just dominating this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. 24.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation and play to their strengths.
Self-awareness, an important trait for those who are constantly trying to get better. All right, guys, time to see what the fans are saying on social media. Hey, they love us on social media. For instance, this comment from Quello Halfcourt. Why don't all of you dress like shit?
Let me see your phone for a second.
Nope, can't do it. Everyone knows there's top G14 classification on here.
And that'll do it for us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Hawks shooting a low 31%. Their offense is lacking. Gideon White there to make the backcourt. Moose Ellis out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Shake and Bake in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you got to be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Here's Shake and Bake. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddy. Shake and Bake's got 38 points. And out on the wings, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Rizachet. The three is up. And it's Giddy with a rebound.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Shake and Bake, good on the shot. Shake and Bake's got 40 points.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
Niang a screen. There's Young with the three. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass. This defense is getting spaced out.
I didn't think I was going to make that.
Buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
LeVert outside. Okongwu a screen on White. And here's LeVert for 3. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Gets the 3 to fall.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. LeVert outside. Pass to Rizachet. They need this. And he takes it up and lays it in. Rizachet's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Chicago making some changes. And let's take a look at some of the players we expect to participate in this year's dunk contest. Always.
Foot the gas, MP. Get in there.
Here's Robinson. Vucevic with a steal. Here's Shake and Bake. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. Defense is setting the tone. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Bulls leading by 20. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Hawks. They've got Larry Nance. Duncan Robinson is out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Dyson Daniels, and it's Matthews in at the 2. Daniels passes to Mann. Here's fades and shoots. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
Pass to Mann. Outside Robinson. Fires from deep. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's Shake and Bake. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Nance the screen. Daniels passes to Nance. No good. Unable to win this run. The Bulls have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Daniels. Robinson a screen on Giddey. Back to Robinson. White with a steal. Get up the court. Come the Bulls on the break. Here's Shake and Bake. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Consistently productive. Vooch can get you 20 and 10 every single night.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Oh, they've done a lot of damage in transition. Every time they see a chance to push the tempo, they're gone.
Also, lots of hustle on the offensive end. Following shots and creating tons of second chance opportunities.
And he drops it first.
All right, MP. Let's close this one out. Play smart.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And that one's good. Shake and Bake.
On offense, Ball is a catalyst. He knows how to move things around and get people quality shots.
Out to the right wing. LeVert outside. Fires for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. And it's the Bulls' ball. And again.
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now second in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal. Night in, night out. LeVert outside. Back to Young. From downtown, sinks the tray.
How's that for revenge? You know Young is looking to come right back with a triple of his own.
And that one's good. Shake and Bake.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
The 3 from Rizashay. And the Hawks with another 3.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Up top, Young. Pass to Rizashay. Picked up by Okongwu. To the wing, right side. Young against Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance effort, and the layup is good by Young.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
Here's Shake and Bake. Connects again from distance. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Here's Rizashay. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Another game, another win. Have to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Try and close this one out early so you can get some rest. Fans live for games like this one.
Influenced by its immediate surroundings. In 2022, Klauser, along with Anton Zeilinger and Alon Aspect, won the Nobel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys can hear me. I feel like I make this announcement every video. But hopefully you guys can hear me because it's hot today. And I have my air blowing. But yeah, today's video is going to be a smoke sesh. Hopefully I'm going to throw in my phone for 4 days. But yeah, I'm about to start getting the stuff ready. And then we're going to smoke. And I'm just going to, yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. Oh, let me turn on the air, crack my windows. So I won't be overheating. We're not hotboxing today. Not in this video. But yeah, as you guys know, in the majority of my videos, I am smoking on that King Kong. My focus, I always know some shit. Let me see what's it called, cinematic on my phone. So I'm like, I might as well. But yeah, let's get started.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA. Now let's take a moment to check out our race for Rookie of the Year. Here are some of the top young talents in the game. Who will be recognized as the best of the best? Well, you look at Buzelis. He's got some work to do in order to get into that conversation, I think, but there are plenty of games left for him to make his mark.
And he doesn't have far to go to break into that top 10, but it's probably unrealistic to think he'll be a factor in the race for the Rookie of the Year.
Well, you know, if it was earlier in the season, maybe. But at this point, even if he has an amazing second half, I just think he has too much ground to make up.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at small forward. And for Chicago, the guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Shake and Bake. And it's Vucevic in at the center, locking down the middle. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first minute. He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Last outing for Chicago. They won that game against the Atlanta Hawks. Miller, the pass to Ball. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
Maine, good. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Okogie. Takes it off the glass.
Well, I like this from Okogie. I mean, still refining his perimeter game, so he makes his presence felt inside.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
Here's Miller. After the made shot from Shake and Bake. And it's Ball penetrating. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
It's good to see Ball not settling for a jump shot. He's at his best when he's attacking the rim.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 13 points for Shake and Bake.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far. And when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Shot from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And he loves that area. Miller can cause a lot of headaches for a defense with his ability from the mid-range.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Hornets trail by 7. Ball kicks to Williams.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Back to Ball. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Vucevic.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, shake and bake in the last matchup against the Hawks was all business. He picked up 67 points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. The stats he put up were amazing. He knew nobody could slow him down, and he went to work. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Bulls leading by 9. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Buzelis. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for White. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Josh Giddey. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Nurkic checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Josh Okogie. Smith checked in for Brandon Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
32 seconds left in the first quarter. Rebound by the Bulls. And this is a team making history with every single win. They're coming into this game with 30 consecutive victories. That's right, 30.
Guys, I tell you what, they're playing some of the best basketball that I've ever seen. I mean, they look virtually unbeatable. The key now is they continue to try to strive for consistency, to be ready to handle whenever the next loss does come up. That's going to be the key, bouncing back when they do have somebody in this streak.
The free throw drops for Smith.
A solid defender and rebounder. I'm really impressed with Smith's growth thus far.
Ball's checked in for Miles Bridges. Smith hits them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Here's the three. Smith, no good. Now here's Ming, covered by Smith, and he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from Shake and Bake. Ming's got 23.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back to the action in just a minute. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. We've got Shake and Bake. Kevin Huerter is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Smith, and it's Collins in at the 5 spot. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. All it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more help, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Hornets trail by 12. Williams, a screen on Ball. Ball kicks to Williams. Now, man. Still yet to score. Now, here's Ming. Not a lot of room. Bucket is good. Ming's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Pass to Nurkic. Ball with it. He's covered by Ball. Ball against Ball. 6 on the shot clock. It doesn't go for him.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Teams are evaluating Clark's statistics and reviewing performances in more detail, I think, than ever before.
I agree with you. I mean, the complexity of the reports is much more in depth than it ever has been, and with that comes an increased level of scrutiny and expectation.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead has got back down to 14 after they get the hoop from Ball.
Ball will not let his opponent just own the arc. He can knock it down from there, too. So competitive.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the paint. Here's Smith. Another shot. It's rebounded by Herter.
You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Shoots. Another one falls for Chicago.
Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
Hornets trail by 18. Pass to Nurkic.
2 minutes remaining.
To the inside.
2 minutes.
The kick out to Williams. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Ming. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball, and the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of can he stay on the floor.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing. So it's the Chicago Bulls out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Chicago Bulls.
They're going to the arc, drilling shots, making it look simple, even by today's standards.
Yeah, you'd think a defense now would be more prepared to guard the three-point line, but that hasn't been the case. Moving on to our next topic, All-Star voting. A peek at the latest returns.
Well, at the start of the voting, the leaders are the guys that everyone already knows. As you go along, usually new guys into the mix.
Every year it's a compelling story. Those guys who weren't expected to make an all-star impact doing just that. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game for Shake and Bake.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead. On the court for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
No coverage that time. Miller. 8 points from Brandon Miller.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Pass to Vucevic. Now Ming, just 5 to shoot. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Ming's got 43 points.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot. Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
An easy 2 points on the layup. 45 points for Shake and Bake.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Bridges for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, you can see the work being put in on that particular shot for Bridges and his confidence as...
Here's Ming. He has 45 points. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Miller. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's White with the rebound.
And not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Ming can't hit. Hornets trail by 20. Okogie for 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight, and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Chicago making some changes. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And Ball subbed in for Josh Giddey. Trey Mann, he's checked in for Charlotte. Miller outside. Out to Bridges. Williams has a screen for Bridges. And the Hornets miss again. The Bulls leading by 20. Here's Ming. No good with the triple. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Puts one up from 19. Buries the jump shot. Ball's got 12.
Hey, the mid-range can be touch and go for Ball, but he takes a nice smooth shot that time.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Bridges misses. Chicago has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Miller. The tray. Rebound by Williams.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Pass to Bridges. Ring shot on the way. And yes, it's good. 7 points in the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Ming. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 58 points for Shake and Bake.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
There's Ball with the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Smith's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Ming. Here's Ball. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Chicago delivering the blowout. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Go get him, MP. Your time.
Williams with the steal. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. This Portland crowd ain't ready for your flavor. Show what's up. Good, MP? Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Yo, what's good, MP?
Good, man.
Live, bro. I watch you. You got a mean bag. Keep going, bro.
Man, that's big time coming from you, man. I study your game.
I appreciate that. But remember, nothing in this league is given to you. You got to earn it. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience. Take your time.
All right, man. Well, look, I want to get that jersey from you after the game. What's up with that?
I'm going to have to tell you, you got to earn it, man. Oh, so you like to talk. That's a nice on shake then.
You already know.
All right.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And now the opening lineup for Chicago. Gideon White there to make the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis, and it's Shake and Bake in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Avdia in at the 2 guard. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now here's Avdia. Simons passes to Avdia. Three-pointer. And it's Chicago with a board. And this team has been just incredible, assembling a 31-game winning streak. And with no signs of slowing down anytime soon, we are watching history in the making, folks.
Well, I don't say this lightly. This group could very well be one of the best teams I've ever seen. To win this many games in a row is unthinkable. And if I'm in the locker room coaching this group, the one thing I'd be telling my guys is not to get distracted by the record. Stay focused on tonight, just as we have throughout the streak.
And it's the Trailblazers' ball. It's a three-point game. Shake and bake. Another 3 for Chicago.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Now, here's Williams. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. And it's Simons missing.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Here's Shake and Bake. It's no good on the 3. Here's Grant. And it's Giddy with a rebound.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Connects from downtown.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
For Portland, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Avdia finds Simons. Back to Avdia. And he lays it up and in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Hits a three-pointer.
And he's 5 of 7, getting into a nice rhythm offensively.
Blazers trail by 10. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Shake and Bake in the last matchup against the Hornets just played phenomenal. He ended up with 58 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Outside, Williams. Here's Grant. From down in the low post, it goes.
Look at how Grant attacks the interior, doing what it takes to get a high percentage shot.
Lots of Grants in the NBA over the years. Jeremy Grant acts like a guy who grew up around the league. You can really see it, Coach.
Well, Brian, he really did grow up around the league, and really just a high IQ player, great in the locker room, gives you great energy and effort every night. The answer from Jeremy Grant, he's really grown into that three-point shot.
And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Off the outside. Back to Simons. 59 seconds left in the first quarter here. Tries again. It's hauled in by White. Chicago leading by 12. Here's Shake and Bake. Another three for Chicago.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Now here's Grant. In the game against Houston, very impressive. They get it back. Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Good cleanup there by Ayton, using his reach to get the rebound and finish the job.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Simons, and that one is stuffed right through.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
Shake and Bake misses. And here's Simons. Takes a three. The shot off that time. And so it's Chicago, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Then there's Klingon. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the Blazers with a draft night trade for two-way wing Denny Avdia, a young but established player on a value contract. Portland's added a guy who should help them win now and down the line. Guys, it appears Avdia is going to be a pretty seamless fit for Portland.
All right, Shams, thank you. Now here's Henderson. No made baskets yet. Pass to Graham. Back to Henderson to stop the run. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound.
Nice rebound. Trying to match.
Connects again from distance.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. Timeout called, Portland. Blazers making a change here. Thibault's checked in. A look at how all-star voting is going thus far.
And so much fun to see the tallies start to come in. See how things start to look.
You take a look at Simons. He's collecting plenty of votes and could break into the Western Conference's top 10.
Yeah, I know he wants to climb the list a little bit, but no denying that those are all very talented guys up above him.
We'll be sure to update you as we continue to get results. Here's Klingon, and there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Then he's checked in for Thibault.
Team foul. Down the lineup for your Trailblazers, number 5.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Benton, three-pointer Sharp. Drills it from deep. Sharp's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Now here's Sharp, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Benton, good. Coach, when you look at the best defensive teams, what's the balance between IQ, the smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just raw athleticism.
And it's all from three-point range.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
And again for three.
And with that made three, he now stands alone for third most threes in a single game.
Boy, he's been locked in, and it's been lights out for him all game long. What a shooting performance. Benton on the wing. This one for three. On target from range. Benton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
And good! There's another!
Yeah, another huge night for him. One of the many over his incredible career.
And he's nearing the 5th most 50-point games in NBA history.
And the top 5 is Baylor, Harden, Kobe, MJ, and that guy at the top, Chamberlain. And that is NBA royalty.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now.
Good! Another from three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for second in most threes in a game. Now here's Sharp. In his last outing, 16 points for him.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Shake and Bake. Connects again from distance.
And he's topped his own personal best. A new second-place mark for most single-game triples. He is never shy when it comes time to launch.
Not at all. Casting away and making a little history in the process. What a privilege to be here to witness this. He's as good as it. And again for three.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget. It's Sharp on the wing, covered by Smith. To end the run, Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Here's Benton. 5 points in the game. Out left to the wing. For three, Klingon. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with zero pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the...
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing.
And now that we have some time. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's shake and bake in at the 3. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Open shot, Grant. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Well, the Bulls shooting has been ridiculous. 75% in this game. Shake and bake misses.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
Simons outside. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's shake and bake. Good! Another from 3.
Oh, hot as a tea kettle. He is just firing away, and he has set a new record for the most triples ever in an NBA game.
Breaking his own record. We knew his reputation and the kind of shooting display he can put on. He's taken it to another level, though. And while we can, let's see which teams have been running the league's most efficient offenses. Number 1. The Bulls.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Back to Avdia. Outside, Williams. Pass to Simons. Grant with it. Beyond the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
Here's Simons, and he jams it home with authority.
Wow, fancy stuff from Anthony Simons.
Here's shake and bake. He's covered by Grant. And that one's good. Shake and bake.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team. This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Portland.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Shake and bake misses. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Pass to Grant from outside the arc. Grant can't get that one to fall. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Shake and bake misses. Portland has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Here's Avdia. Launches a 3. Buries it from 3. Avdia's got his second basket of the night.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Yet another bucket.
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Pass to Grant. 4-3. Rebound by the Bulls.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Avdia from outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K.
That's good work. You earned this, Clint. You'll be seeing me again, though.
Come on, bro. I stay ready.
All right, that's a bet.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's good work. Keep going, son.
You too. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Hey, I did that though.
Call the electrician because MP just shot the lights out.
More important. They might not like it. Good. See how serious the issue is. That's what we need. Understood.
Hey, you someone play some evening?
Yeah. You got burrito?
Yeah, grab one.
Okay, see you around.